Right, hello, cool. Back again today. Well, it's been a little while, but I've got some time off, so I'm here playing Satisfactory on my day off, on my few days off. So I just want to make sure everything's working as it should, because that's always annoying when it doesn't. Yes, it is, good. So, I'm trying to decide where I want to start. I kind of like the idea of starting the Rocky Desert. Do I want to skip the intro? I don't think I do. Or maybe I do, because the intro is always a bit of a pain in the ass. Yeah, let's skip. I've done the onboarding process multiple times. I don't really care about it. We're just gonna jump straight in and get on with building a factory and exploiting an ecosystem for fun and profit. Right. Loading. Fun loading screen. Lovely. Beautiful. Very clean. I like the look of it. I like the colour. It's a very nice grey. It's very stylish. Here we go. Right. Welcome back, me. This field of view seems a little bit on the low side. I've played Satisfactory before, but I've played it on Epic Game Store, so I bought it on Steam because I don't want stuff on Epic. Who would want a game on Epic Game Store? Why is that not working as it should? That's annoying. Oh well, gonna have to just deal with that for today. Right. So, what have we got? We need to build the hub. Where are we going to build the hub? That's the question. Obviously, we can move it later on, but we need somewhere good to build it. There's a very big ass rock in the way. That water? How do I scan? Scan, press V. Right, so I guess we're just going to be doing the usual kind of satisfactory stuff. There's copper over there. That's a hell of a long way away for copper. 500 meters, but I mean iron. Okay, I'm going to move that way. It doesn't make much sense for me to be all the way over here when the copper and iron is there. There's some limestone there. Yeah, and there's some over there as well. It makes more sense for me to move this way, where there's iron and copper and resources. Right, that is good. Looks like some resources. Iron is over there. Where's the copper? Copper is a little bit further on, isn't it, still? Yeah, 200 meters that way. It's better than it was. It's better than the previous place. So here is better. Oh, okay, it just pops out of nowhere. Fine. Let's go gather up all this greenery. Clear out a little bit of space around here because we just don't need all of this around here. Here we go. Fantastic. Clear out the space. Yes, thank you game for telling me where everything is. I'm aware of what everything does. Right. So I'm going to want to build. Obviously, I need power of some description, which is here for now. It's fine. I need a miner, which I actually can build. I could build a miner straight up. I might do that. I might build an iron miner just straight out build one. What are you? Oh, you're a lizard doggo. Hello. Pet the lizard doggo. Hello, Mr. Lizard Doggo. Very friendly. Is that a rock I can get rid of? No, it's just a rock that I clip into. Fantastic. Pure! Ooh, I like pure veins. Pure veins are good. Pure veins will mean we get more stuff out of it. That's always nice. Right, let's get a miner up and running. Now the question is, I need to decide which direction I'm going to face it. I want them both facing the same direction, preferably. That'll do. Fantastic. Oh, they're going to explode. Fantastic. Do I not have a... I do have a thing. I'm pretty certain you start with the Xeno Zapper. Oh. Can't remember the buttons. Can't remember which buttons I need to press. That's good. Right, so we need to get this powered up. Powered up. I probably could have put the hub a little bit closer to where the iron is, so that I don't then have to... Oh, that's not what I wanted to press. So I don't have to make lots of wires, but whatever. There we go, fantastic. Can I make biomass? That's a thing I want to check. So we probably want logistics or something. I don't know what we want first. That's the question. Foundation is really useful. I like foundations. All this new stuff that I don't recognise. I think it was somewhat there when I last played it, like a while back. Yes, I can make biomass. But let's go with base building, because foundation is useful for kind of building out your base, really. Wood, leaves. We're gonna want some biomass. Let's get this stuff made. Yes. Right. And then we need from the wood. Fantastic. I like Satisfactory. I also like Factorio. I was debating whether or not I should play Satisfactory or Factorio. And I thought, you know what? It's been a while since I've played either of them. But Satisfactory is quite a bit harder, and I was a bit hesitant about going. You know, problem with Factorio is because it's so hard. It's like it takes a lot of time and a lot of brain power, and I can't bother with that on my time off. Whereas Satisfactory is just, it's a little bit more chill. Obviously it still requires some brain power, but not as much. Right, where's limestone? Because I would like to get limestone up and running. That's the closest one. I'd like to get a miner up and running for limestone. Is there a way I can set it to be max length? Ah, there. Couldn't quite see it, but it is still there. I feel like the wires have had their range increased. I'm not 100% certain if that's true, but I feel that way. Right, let's get this. So it's pure. Actually, all of the big rocks that are sticking out are always pure, aren't they? Wow, that's really sticking out of the ground. Fuck it, that way. That'll do. I mean, it's going to be a while before I bring... What is it? Bring over foundation anyway. I'm just going to convert... I'm just going to belt this stuff over towards the base for now, because I don't want to have to run over there every 5 minutes to collect more. Whereas if I just belt it over and stick it in a storage container, at least then I can make some concrete. Or I could make... I need to make other stuff first. Really, I really need to make like a smelter and stuff first. I'm out of iron. Yeah, here we go. I should have made a smelter first. Waiting for that. Actually, oh, I can still make a smelter. I can do that. I want to try and make as little as possible by hand. Try and go for the, what is it? There is no spoon? That's not the right one. No. What's it called? Lazy. Lazy bastard or something in Factorio. few more iron ingots. There we go. So we should start seeing some limestone coming out down here eventually. Did I not connect it? I don't think I connected it to power. Oh well, let's go and do that. Let's go and connect it to the power and we'll be fine. There we go. Right, now we'll be getting some limestone. It'll all be good. It'll all be fine. So I've never really got very... I've got maximum about tier 3 in this game before. Because the thing is that you kind of have to... It takes a while to get to the next tier because you have to... What is that? I think... grow with it. Like, the bit that takes the longest is kind of building all the machines to expand, if that makes sense. You need to get all the resources to build the machines for the next things and that sort of thing. It's alright once you kind of get started. I always... The best part of this is when you eventually get to coal. That's satisfying because suddenly you no longer have to worry about power. Coal is something that I feel like they should have... It should come a little bit sooner. Like, coal is quite... You know, you have to at least have the space elevator. Maybe even if they had like a small coal power plant, which is like a little bit of power, half as much power or something. Just because it's such a pain in the arse with biomass. It's like you can't automatically feed the biomass generators, and you have to keep filling them up every 10 minutes. Anyway, I'm getting some more stuff. Let's go and have a look. Right. I need to make some iron plates, really, so I can get a constructor up and running. Actually, I can make a constructor. I could do that right now. Let's get this up and running. Let's get some iron plates being made, because I can't bother to do that. I'm going to be lazy. I don't want to make my iron plates. I'm going to have to make a few, though, because I'm going to have to make some belts. But at least now we can get that... We can get it all going automatically. Which is kind of the point in this game, really, isn't it? Automatic production and resource production. You know what I mean? Right, that's all good. My menu won't close. Belts, that's what we need. Fantastic. And power that up. Nice, looks good. Let's also connect this up as it's approaching the edge. Connect that up to the limestone. I really like building with foundation. I like to make sure that I build everything on foundation. Obviously, I'll try and move everything as soon as I start getting foundation being made, or at least concrete. I'll get all of this moved, well, this, onto the concrete. Just have to wait a little bit, really, because I can't do much until I get more iron plates. Maybe I might be worth getting, at least for now, getting a storage container. Now whack that on there. There we go. So we're storing the iron plates as they come out, which is nice. That's always good. Oh, I like this game. It's so satisfying. I mean, that's kind of... The clue is in the name, but just making things do things for you. It's incredibly satisfying. It's great. Oh, man. Can't wait to see what the end game stuff is like. I'm looking forward to seeing what a nuclear power plant is like. I've never got that far. Just because it takes a long time, and you kind of have to really think about things. You have to plan them out in your head and decide what you're gonna do, like way before you do it. It would be nice, I think, in this game if you knew what was needed later on, so that you could kind of plan ahead. Because the problem is I've got no idea what I'm going to need resources wise, or how I should be distributing my resources, or what the recipes are like for the later game items, because you can't see that. It'd be nice if you could. Right, now we can get some limestone, we can get some concrete, get some foundation. Actually, can I build another? If I can build another constructor, that'd be fantastic. I can, and I will. Nice, that's good. And let's get that making concrete. I can probably remove that storage box. I need some more iron plates. Need some more iron plates. Let's grab some of those from this one. There we go. Maybe we can build the factory above the water. There's a thing down there. Oh, there's a slug. There's a slug in the water. I'm going to go get that slug. I'm always hesitant to jump in the water in this game, because there has been a time when I first started playing this, I jumped in the water and I got stuck because you can't swim properly. You can't swim up and down. You're going to kind of swim side to side, and I just couldn't get out, and it was really annoying. Let's get this slug. I don't want to end up forgetting the slug is there and putting my factory on top of it. That wouldn't be good. Right, let's go back. Yeah, this is quite a nice big open space. We can just stick the foundation, just level this area out. Stick the foundation on top of the water. Don't need the water. And also when it comes to needing to get water for other stuff, just have to go down. No problem. Problem solved. Easy enough. I've got no idea how the pumps work in this game. How water liquids. Because I've never... The last time I played it was before they were introduced, I think. And or it might have been just after they were introduced, but I just didn't get that far because I didn't play it that much. I don't know. I just don't know. Where's my concrete? Oh, that's not powered. That's why. It would help if I actually power the thing that's got 4 out of 4. Can get the power line over here. That's on 4 out of 4. Okay. There we go. Problem solved. Easy peasy. Right, now we're getting some concrete because we're going to need that. So I can probably set the height of the concrete somewhere around. Oh, I actually need to unlock the foundation before I can build the foundation. That might help. I also need iron rods. God, I'm gonna have to get that set up as well. I think it's 2 smelteries. It's because it goes 1 to 2, doesn't it? So it's 1, depending on it's 120 per minute from this. It is actually a pure vein. So it's 120 per minute from this. That takes 30, so which means actually this one mine can do 4 smelters, but I can't because the belts can only do 60, which is fine, fair enough. That's fair enough. So it's going to have to wait a little bit, I guess. Just going to have to wait. We need to get that another miner set up so we can get some iron rods poles. I think they're rods. Also pure, fantastic, solid. Right. Going well so far. Ooh. I don't know what direction that was facing. That way, wasn't it? Fuck it. Let's make sure it's facing the same way. That way, at least it looks neat. Go. Iron ingots. Now this is really inefficient because it's 1 smeltery. It's gonna be 1 miner to a smeltery, and with the 60, you can have at least 2 smelteries. But I don't have the splitters yet, so for now it's just gonna have to be like this. Also need to fix up the power poles a little bit because they're a little bit inefficient, I feel like. It could be better. Obviously Fix It is all about efficiency. So at least we've got some power pole, well, not power poles, iron rods being made now, which is always good. And it's like, yeah, with iron rods, so it's 1, 2, and then you have 4 of these, because it's 15 per minute. And this output's 15, 30. So this is ridiculously inefficient compared to the what's it called, the iron plates. But I think we're doing alright so far. A little bit slow getting some of the resources, but we will get there. We are getting there with the resources. It's good to deposit everything I've got. They can go in the iron rods. I don't have enough of those. At least the iron plates are done. They're done. That's one thing we can tick off the list. Good. I was going to get myself a storage container so that we've got somewhere to store these iron rods. I was having a read of the Fun Friday facts for Factorio, and I was really interested about the train limit stuff, because I actually built a Factorio base a while back that relies on the system that's supposed to fix, where it was I just named all the stations the same thing, all the stations the same resource, the same thing, and I just kind of relied on the intelligence of the trains. But I was having problems with trains kind of getting backed up, so it should be good. I'm looking forward to that. That would be really interesting. One thing I think Factorio does need is loaders, like belt loaders, unlike, so it just goes straight from the belt into the inventory. It's very useful. Just because the inserters obviously are limited to how fast they can go. A bit like the way it works in Satisfactory would be quite nice, where the belt goes straight into whatever it is. It's getting dark. Is it getting dark? It feels like it's getting dark. We're still a little way off on the concrete. I don't actually know what the rate is. It requires 45 per minute. This should be producing 60, I think. So this is... I can either slow this down to reduce power consumption when I unlock it, or I can speed that one up, the other one up, to require... But then that would require 2 power slugs in theory, wouldn't it? Yeah. Because if I was going to speed up the constructor, I would need another constructor, also sped up at 30 or whatever it is. God, this is the problem I kind of have with sometimes with this game, is the numbers can be really awkward at times, where it doesn't match up evenly, and you have to kind of manage. Do you want this 100% efficient, or do you want to spend, or use some of your power cells to make it 100% efficient? I mean, 100% efficiency is great because it means you're not running out of power or anything like that. At least in this game, the resource veins are infinite, not finite, which I think would make this game really hard. That's a great, I suppose, because compared to this Factorio, you just spam out machines and just throw things down all over the place, whereas in this you don't. You place things specifically, and you kind of it's a bit more thought that goes into it. Right, let's get some more biomass. We need biomass to power everything. There we go. I don't think we're running out of biomass, but it's always good to have some around in case. 32. That's not what I need though. I need everything else. This is really slow. Maybe I should go with logistics first. Maybe that should have been my first goal, but we'll get there. It'll be slow now, but it'll get faster as we get on with it. The pace will pick up. Right, good. We still need copper. Maybe that's something I can investigate while I'm waiting for resources to come in. The copper is over there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not really far away. Oh, that bush is really wiggling. It's a wiggly bush. Why is these bushes moving around so much? Ah, there's a bee bush. I don't know what they're called. I hate these things, they're the worst. They're not actually that bad. They're quite easy to kill and quite easy to deal with. Come here, Mr. Bee thing, wherever you are. Stinging me. Oh, this is a pure copper vein. That would be good. That would be 120. That would be nice. So once you get the high speed belts, or the Mark II belts at least, you're fine. I don't think I'm going to have the resources to make this. I don't have enough concrete. That sucks. I should have thought about that really before throwing all my concrete into the into the hub. Right. $26. I think I've got. I think I've got enough. Do I have enough? Do the quick maths in my head. I'm literally 1 away. No, I'm 11 away. Okay. As I said, quick maths in my head. Doesn't mean it was going to be 100% accurate, but so I'm guessing, is this full? That is full. I can stick this limestone in here. That'll be good. I don't think there's never any reason, I don't think, to keep a stock of ore, because the miners will never stop. You'll never ever need to have ore in a thing. I don't think. I mean, in this case, it was just because I was waiting. 39. We're nearly there. We are very close to getting the foundations. And once the foundations are done, we can start building up some more stuff. Bigger, better, fancier. And completely terraforming this planet to look completely ugly. I don't quite understand why they've chosen to do the windows the way they've done them. It's a bit... obviously, there must be some major performance drawback in... like, what would be wrong with just not having geometry there or having a texture or something like that? I don't know. It seems like a very weird way of doing it. There must obviously have a very good reason for doing windows the way they do it on this case, where they've obviously got a second camera to kind of project the inside onto the glass, or onto the window. It just seems weird. Like, it seems over-engineered, if you know what I mean. It's just, I don't know. It's not like Unreal Engine has limitations of you can't have transparent textures, because that doesn't make sense. I mean, maybe this is for some reason more performant, which to me seems ridiculous. But the fact that there's only one window obviously means that the performance will be negligible, really. And it just seems a bit weird. It just seems weird. I'm not a professional game developer, but yeah. I'm only 2 away. Come on, I thought I had enough. Right. Stick that in there. Oh, hang on. Okay, cool. So, knocking on my door.
Milestone
Right.
reached.
Foundations,
Several
fantastic.
structures aim to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure and improved overview.
Good.
Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
What kind of thickness do I want my foundations to be? That's the question. We really need to get going on the what's it called? The thingy-mabobby? Logistics. Right, we're going to need copper for that because we're going to need copper wire. Actually, my microphone is actually unmuted because that'd be really annoying. I did do that once, and yeah, a bit embarrassing, but right. I need to decide what kind of rotation I want my foundation to be at. I don't think it needs to be super thick foundation. Because this will kind of... How I place this first piece of foundation will completely dictate all the foundation that I place from now on. Because I like to build out my entire factory on one kind of grid. I think we'll be just above the bouncers, or whatever they are. I can't remember what they're called, but those things will be just above them, which would be nice. So... I think this is a little bit low. I think that this little bit of land is going to poke out if I have it like that. If I just raise it up, there's be no harm in having it a little bit higher anyway. And I can just have a ramp up there anyway. Cool. Right, that's good.
Milestone exchange concluded.
Got a nice.
Fix it.
Gonna get started with the foundationing sooner rather than later. Because I also want to flatten out this entire area anyway. It's just you need to pick the right height so that you don't end up a little bit too low compared to the terrain. This is very pretty. I like this area. This place is nice. Right. Where do I want to build first on my foundations? I think the next thing I need to do, I need to get some copper wire up and running. Because until I get a bit more... what's the word? Completely lost my train of thought. Fuck. Until I get a little bit later on in the game, there's not much I can do with it. If you know what I mean. If you get what I mean. If you catch my drift. Probably not. That was completely archaic and made absolutely no sense at all, but whatever. Whatever. I need to get some iron plates. Rather than putting this melter over there and having to run another power. Actually, I'm going to have to run power over it there anyway. I think it would just make more sense if I bring the smelter to here rather than putting the smelter over there. I think. That's how I feel. I might be wrong. It might actually be a bad idea in the future. But we shall live and learn. I like the colours. I like the colours in this place. It's nice. I definitely need some copper. Like, I am out of copper cables. Crap. Okay, I might just have to make copper some copper cables the manual way first. Because I'm completely out. I should have done it a little bit sooner. Maybe I should have... I don't know. I don't think I've used anything particularly excessive. Right. Turn this into copper ingots. Let's go. Oh man, this does take a while. I mean, obviously the entire point of this is to not handcraft everything. But, you know. You just have to. That's part of the reason I don't like the onboarding for this, is that you have to do so much handcrafting and it kind of sucks. Right, here we go. More cables, fantastic. Let's go and stick it onto the miner and get that going. Bring that over here and get some more, get some copper being made. Would be fantastic. Which would be brilliant. I'm missing some copper cables. I'm just going to have to connect that to there. That's fine. Try not to clip too much with the trees and stuff like that. I always try and avoid that because I think it looks bad. Right, here we go. I'm missing some foundation. Of course I am. Oh, it'll be nice once we get things a little bit more set up. It'll be much nicer because you then you can just go around and pick up what you need. You don't have to worry about waiting too long for it. Because at the moment it's still a little bit slow. Getting foundation and concrete and stuff is quite a slow process. Right, so smelter. We need copper cables for smelters. Fantastic. That means we're going to have to make at least a little bit more copper by hand. 8? That'd be enough? I don't know. I've got no idea. Let's just make like 20. Let's get 20 copper ore and then we can go make some cables. This game is really slow to start. I always find takes you a little while to get into it and kind of get going. When you do, it's fine, but... Right. What was I doing? I was going to make copper. I literally just picked up copper ore and I've literally just put it away. I came over here to make copper cables and I put the copper ore in the chest thinking, oh yeah, no, I don't need that in my inventory. Yes, I do. That is the entire reason that I'm here. Right, at least once the smelter's in place, that'll be at least one more step that we don't need to do by hand. Even if we still need make a little bit of copper cable for the constructor, at least we no longer need to make a smelter. Fantastic. Let's just stick all that in there. Great. And then we just need a constructor. Obviously cables at the moment we'll still need to do by hand, but that's fine. This is such a mess. This is like, I'm just literally just plonking it down. We are out of power. Fantastic. Okay, this is the problem with biomass, is you have to kind of be constantly aware of your power situation. I mean, at least the thing about this compared to something like Factorio is that it's not so much of a problem if you run out of power early on, because you just need to go and get more biomass and it's fine. I mean, it can be a bit of an issue if your power relies on coal and you've got no coal. It might be worth, I suppose, having like a backup having like a separate generator powering specifically the coal mining system. Have like a whole... Actually, it's not that I've run out of fuel. It's that I just don't have enough power. I don't have any cables. I need some cables. Didn't happen to make any in that time, did I? No. Right. Let's go make a few cables and get another power thingy set up. Wires, even, not cables. Biomass burner. I'm still missing one copper wire. Are you kidding me? I've got... And is there really no more... I can't pick these up. Why can't I pick these up? Oh, I'm going to have to take out some of this. Do they not accept resources when the power's off? I didn't realise that. I thought they still accepted resources. I can understand obviously having got recipe selected. Why would it accept the resources if it doesn't know what it's making? But when the power's off, that's strange. Right. Some wires. Fantastic. Have a drink. Right. Biomass burner. Let's go. Fantastic. I don't remember having to make a biomass burner so early when I previously played this game. But whatever. Here we go. Stick all... I don't have any biomass. I haven't actually made that into biomass. I picked up a whole bunch of wood and leaves, but I haven't actually made it into biomass yet. Make 300 biomass. It's pretty good. I might have to make a constructor just for biomass because it's really annoying doing that by hand. Standing here, and it'd be much easier just to throw the leaves in and just get it out of the chest. But I'm going to need to make some reinforced iron plates. Is that what they're called? I think that's what they're called. Right, let's stick 50 in each. There we go. So we're on about 150 roughly. Should be fine. And I'm assuming... There we go. Let's get the power going. That's all good. Fantastic. Wonderful. Actually, I'm putting it the wrong way. I want it into the chest, not out of the chest. Okay, good. Fantastic. Right. We've got plenty of those. In fact, I can stick these into the machine, ready to go. I swear there was a button that was like deposit all or something like that. That's what I meant to do. In fact, I can stick that in here because I don't want that in my inventory particularly. So we're going to also want, we're going to need a storage container. For all of my lovely copper wires. Right. Now, as horribly ineffective as all of this is, inefficient because of the way it's laid out, it is at least, I'm one away. I'm literally one iron rod away from having that finished. That's really infuriating. Yeah. Until I get logistics, I can't really make it any more efficient. So, while I'm waiting for my copper cables to come in, hopefully, I will have managed to have made a bunch of concrete. Which I made a little bit, not a lot, not as much as I wanted. I was hoping that I would have made. But whatever. It's fine. Right, I'm thinking we need to get the hub out of the way because the hub is in the way. Let's go. Yeah, I think we should get the hub. Where am I going to put the hub? Maybe stick it over there for now or something like that. Just stick it. But then the hub is my source of power as well. I'll go around the hub. I'll just go around it with the foundation and I'll just fucking worry about that later. See what I might do. Just so that I can still get around a little bit better. I can go underneath it. In fact, let's stick a ramp here. Lovely. Right, we're nearly in place to get the iron up onto foundation. I mean, it probably would have made more sense for me to start building the foundation near the iron rather than me bringing the foundation to it. But I want to take all, not store it all. But whatever. Certainly interesting so far. It's going to look interesting, but it's going to get there. We are getting there with the foundation. Have I got, how much copper cables have I got now? I need 300. I've got 100. Good. We're a third of the way there to getting splitters, which we're going to need. Which are very important. God, desperately need some more limestone coming in. Foundation, I find, is that always the thing I never have enough of. I never have enough concrete. Nearly there. I think we'll try and... The thing is, we'll try and bring this up onto the foundation. Actually, I've got plenty of iron plates to keep me going for a little while. We'll bring this up onto the foundation. We'll make sure that the miner is in line with the foundation to some degree, so it's kind of lined up. It should be. Should be already. I think I put it that way, as it. But who knows? Let's just get rid of these things. Because we've got plenty of iron plates to keep us going, and we can start. We're pretty much there on the foundation front. We really need another way up to it from here, but whatever. Oh god, that's gonna be. Actually, that's annoyingly close. That's because it's a little bit too close. That I can't put another one in, but it's far away enough that it's not like it's within the space of a single foundation block. And I can't. I'm gonna have to kind of waste all of this space just because of this miner. Maybe I've rotated the miner. That might be better. I think is that in line. Yeah, I think that's a slightly better rotation in terms of foundation to space kind of ratio. Oh, you're gonna be kidding me. Just that's really annoying. Oh, I mean, I could put the ramp around him. Right, I need a smelter. So I don't know where I want to put it. Oh, this miner is in an annoying place. It really is. I'm not quite sure how I want it. What rotation I want it to be in. I think I preferred it in the. Given that it's I know it doesn't work in the rotation I want it to be in. I think that I prefer it in this way. I think because of space and directions and where I've got all the foundations already. I think that way makes more sense. We need a ramp up here. I actually managed to get up there impressively. That was a good jump. Fuck. Oh, fuck it. I'm just going to build another foundation. I'm just going to build another ramp over here somewhere. Right. Get rid of that power pole. I can put a foundation there. Actually, the thing is, I can put a foundation here, but I tell you what I could do. If I replace that one with a ramp. How do I want my belts to be? If I'm doing lines of belts, I usually bring them. I usually kind of have it. Like that. Usually on that side of the, or because if you then, it can turn very nicely within the space of one foundation, which is quite nice. I'm probably going to have to rebuild all this later on anyway, because it's, yeah, it's a little bit messy already, which is a bit annoying, but it's fine. Oh, we're getting there on the cables. We're on 121 now. There was a little bit of time where it obviously wasn't doing anything, but that's fine. Right, so we need to plan out space for 2 smelters. Put the power pole there. That looks good, and that's on max. That's not probably not what I want to do with that then, really, is it? There we go. Good. God, this is, it's looking good. It's getting there. I like the foundations in this game. Where did that one go? What happened with that foundation? I actually haven't got a clue. Who knows? That I've just lost that now, that foundation. I mean, it's not too big of a problem because it's not like there's limited amounts of concrete. It's just annoying. But whatever, that's all fine. So, oh, we'll be nearly there. I'd like to get the splitters in before I put in the smelters, so I can kind of judge size and distance and that sort of thing. Maybe I could, I'm trying to think where would be best for the smelters to go, because I could obviously put them there, or I could put them there, or I could, actually to be fair, I could put them there and there. Would also make sense, because I don't want, if I go expand too far that way, I'll be intruding on this one. We'll go, I need some more copper wires. Oh, there's so much to do, but then I also need to put my things away. Oh god, what do I want to do? It's a hard choice. Get this lined up. I wish more buildings were the same size as a foundation piece. Because so many of them are bigger and it's kind of annoying to try and line things up. It would be like, I kind of feel like it would make sense from a company standpoint if they went, right, we're going to have modular structures. They're going to be the same dimensions. the same kind of, well, they're all going to have the same maximum extents, like all within like, so it'd either be 1 foundation size, 2 foundation size, like it would just make sense, wouldn't it? Like if you're a company based on efficiency, but then you'd also be looking to minimize your space as well. If you're a company looking for efficiency, you'd be looking to have the smallest machines and use the least amount of material. So there's kind of both sides to that, really. I mean, I would like them for them all to be the same size, roughly. Like, I'm not saying they need to all be square, but have a similar footprint at least. Just walked away without pressing the button.
Milestone reached.
Right,
Conveyor
nice.
belts
We can now
merge,
make
split,
splitters,
and
which are
lift
very
to
useful.
increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory. We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation. The productivity display will help you measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
There we go. Probably just get rid of that. Oh, it's slightly short on plates, but we're good. Look at this. We're getting there. We're starting to get some neatness in. They've changed the look of these things. They're much shinier than they used to be. It feels like. There we go. Down there. Fantastic. Gonna probably want another power pole, to be honest. Lovely. Right. That's looking good now. Now we've got double smelters for the iron plates. I need to get rid of that now, actually. Good. That's good. We are a step forward in the right direction. That's always nice. Let's stick down some more foundations so we can get the constructors in place. Production constructor. The constructors are about the size of a foundation. I think they're slightly larger. I think. I'm not quite sure. Problem is, these are central. I haven't made these central. That's an interesting point, which means that I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna do it. Redo it. I wanted them next to each other, but actually I don't want them next to each other because then it means they don't line up nicely, and also it means I can change the power board to be which would be much nicer. Right. Logistics, conveyor splitter. No, that's not quite right. I didn't put that in the right place. Let's try that again. Alright, okay. Well, there. It makes nice, very nice round corners. Just what I like. Like, very nice, a nice round. Got a little bit of random ore in my inventory, but that's fine. I don't like having ore in my inventory, but there's not much I can do about it, really. I'm just going to have to keep it, just stick it somewhere and forget about it, I guess. Production. Constructors. Yeah, because now these ones line up nicely. Some copper cable. We're getting there. We are getting there. It's a kind of, you kind of have to accept that you're going to have to destroy and rebuild some of your factory, really, I think. That's on 4. There we go, lovely. A little bit neater. It's quite a lot of power poles unnecessarily. I mean, obviously you can get bigger ones later on, and I will. But for now, I need some more reinforced iron plates. I need some screws. Screws are going to have to be a thing I'm going to have to make. Oh, God. How much do I need? I just need 2, don't I, for a constructor? Yeah. Now, obviously, then you need to make reinforced iron plates. I'm not quite sure what the correct way of doing things is, because there's obviously there's a few methods of doing things. You can use a bus, for example, which is you basically put all the resources on the bus, and then they then go where they need to go. Or you kind of do individual construction places where you kind of have dedicated places for constructing certain things. That makes sense. So I would use this entire thing for making iron plates or whatever. But then if I want to make reinforced iron plates, I then would need to expand it out. The floor is too steep. I'm going to need to move the hub in a minute. But now I'm going to have it go to the right, I guess. Just so we get the iron plates being stored. Nice. So we've got a really good iron plates factory going now, which is really good. It's efficient. In fact, I think it should be about 100% efficient. Yeah, it's a 100% efficient iron plates factory, which is always nice. I mean, it's the only time it's ever going to really be 100% efficient. But anyway, what's the next thing on the list of things to research? Field research is the next one. Which I need screws for. We've got tier 2. Need a lot of things that I can't make yet. Conveyor Mark 2. I think field research is going to have to be. It's going to have to be the choice for now. I don't think, and to be honest, there's not much else I can really do to really speed up the concrete production, unfortunately. Oh, wrong button. Because there's only one limestone deposit sort of nearby, as far as I'm aware, and I can't really make that one any faster. Oh, there's one over there, a couple hundred meters away, up on that hill. So maybe we'll have to move over there and kind of expand that way a little bit. And get that stuff. Right. I kind of like the idea of doing a bus, but I'm not quite sure the best way of going about it. Because obviously you could certainly quite easily... Like, what do you put on the bus? Do you put iron plates? Or do you put iron ingots? Maybe I should look that up. I think it would be iron plates on the bus, not iron ingots. But then a lot of stuff later down the line doesn't necessarily need iron plates. That's the thing. To be honest, if I'm going to make a bus, this space I've got here is incredibly large and perfect for trying to do a bus-like game. It's an incredibly large, flat area that I can stick a foundation on. Buses doesn't sound like a bad idea. Then how many lanes of bus do I have? I suppose you have whatever you can accommodate. And it would just, because it would all be vertical, wouldn't it? A vertical kind of bussy thing, I guess. So, what do I need to do next? I need more foundation. That's the problem. I also need to get this stuff up onto the foundation as well. So get everything onto the foundation so that it's just easier then to expand. So I'm not having to work around stuff that's just on the floor. I don't think I need iron rods at the moment. No, we're good. I'm good for iron rods for now. So let's clear up this stuff. Clear all this stuff up and start popping down some more foundations. Quite straight, actually. Production minor. This one, this mine at least seems to be relatively lined up, which is nice. So it'll be nicely lined up with my foundation. Oh my god, that made me jump. Oh my god, there's a bouncy thing. That really made me jump. Oh man, what are you doing? Get out of my base. Just zapped you in the butt. Can't quite climb over conveyor belts very well, can he? Right, so we're going to want, again, 2 smelters. But then we're going to need 4 constructors if we've got for iron rods. That's going to take up a lot of space. That's going to take up so much space. We also don't have the reinforced iron plates being made yet. Yeah, think about it. I'm thinking about doing a bus like thing. So I won't make screws. I'll make screws using the iron rods on the bus. That makes sense. So the get out of here. There's another one. They're both. There's 2 of them here. You're stuck on my smelter. I don't think you can kill them, can you? Not that I want to kill them, but I don't want to accidentally kill one of them. That would be sad. I just want to make sure the sound is still working, because that would really, really suck. Yeah, it's all still working. Fantastic. Fantastic. Right. I need to move the hub. That's it. That's really in the way of me doing bussy stuff. Maybe I can put it over here or something like that. We can clear out the thing is I need a bunch of concrete. But I also want to move the concrete maker, so it's a bit kind of contradictory there. I think actually I do have plenty of space for building my constructors. I'm kind of rambling all over the place. I'm going from one thing to another as it comes to my mind. Got plenty of space because I can move this around. This doesn't need to be where it is. It just is there because that's just what happens to be where I put it. Almost have enough to completely do field research, which is nice. I think a bus is the right way to do it. And as these are producing how much? 20 per minute, which means we could have 3 of these producing iron plates for a single line of bus, in theory, which would make sense. Which would be sensible if we ever find that much iron. So what we're going to do with this? I guess we could put it here actually, like this. Happens to be very nicely kind of central. He is really stuck. I might just get rid of this belt, let him go past. I've got a ridiculous amount of ore that I just don't need. It's just... It would be nice if there was a way you could kind of... If things like a smeltery had a second input slot for manual input that was prioritized over the belt input. Just because that way you can clear out stuff from the inventory, like ores and that sort of thing. Because I don't want those in my inventory all the time. That's a bit steep. It works. It works. It's a bit steep, but it does work. So, not complaining too much. Right, smelters. We don't want to put, I guess, into here. That pole is letting us move. That pole is only temporary, so didn't need to put that there because I didn't need to. God, it's gotten a bit hazy, isn't it? Production, smelter. I like how it's trying to line it up with the, whatever that is over there. That's going to be interesting to try and line up as I want it to be lined up. That'll be fine. Logistics, conveyor splitter. I might have to compromise on my layout a little bit. That's fine. I like the way. I'm happy with that. Nice. Looks good. It looks all neat. We don't yet have the rods back up to production, but we're gonna need another splitter, aren't we? the wrong way. Splitter. A little bit tight on space actually. Doing if I was going to go off to the left here, which is what I was planning on doing. Given that I only have enough resources for one splitter at the moment, I can go that way, I suppose, and kind of expand off in that direction. I was confused why it's not working. It's got no power. That would be why it's not working. Foundation on there. Lovely. There we go. Fantastic. Power all that. Oh, we've got... Oh man, we are overloaded on power. Oh, it's because one of the things has run out. Okay, that's fine. See, this is the problem with the biomass, is that you have to keep them maintained. Which one's run out of power? Fuel. That one. I don't quite understand why these biomass burners are less effective than these two. That seems a bit strange, but fine. Whatever. You need to give those ones more fuel for the same amount of power and time. Which is strange. But yeah. Whatever. Right, we've got... ore coming in, but not going out. Because these still take 30, and that's outputting 120 per minute. But until we get fast belts, you won't even notice the difference. To be fair, actually, because that's outputting 120 per minute, that means we'll be able to have a whole nother set of these once we've got Mark II belts. You're gonna need a lot of space. A lot more space. We're gonna have to clear this out probably, and move it somewhere else once the time comes. How are we doing on concrete? Doing alright. We've got 100 concrete. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so God, I'm a bit hesitant to move the hub. I can move it, it'll be fine. I'll just fucking do it, whatever. Okay, there, and there. We're going to need to move that, but in fact, I'll do that now while it's not doing anything. I'll just move that. No problems. Problem solved. And stick all the rest of the biomass in there. Fantastic. Good. It's all working. It's all kicked into gear. Fantastic. That, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that. Fuck off. I really don't need all those iron ingots, to be honest. I don't know what I can... Not much I can do with them really, apart from... The problem is you kind of... It's when you accumulate stuff, like iron ore, ingots. Like, what do you do with it? There's not much you can do with it, because you need to put it somewhere. But you've got nowhere to put it because all the machines are full. Pop down a whole bunch of foundation. I certainly feel like I've got a lot more space after getting rid of that. That's made a big difference. Moving the... I mean, obviously the hub will want to be on the foundation at some point once I've got the space for it. But once I've got the foundation room, I guess. What's this room? Fantastic. Look at all this space. Look at how shiny it is. I like that. It's nice. We need more of this. If we can get it. Thank you. So, bus. How are we going to do a bus? That's the thing we need to think about. So, I think it... For things like screws and iron plates, they should be made from the bus. Things like reinforced iron plates, iron rods and iron plates will be made. Iron rods and iron plates, yeah, will be made to be put on the bus. So, or no point in being on the bus. Things like I'm trying to think what else. And ingots, just don't need those on the bus either, really. I think a bus sounds like fun. It sounds like it will be a great way of organising things. Although we don't have the stacks. That's fine, we don't need the stacks right now. The stackers. So, where are we going to start this bus? I think we should give it a good distance. Because I will leave the gap in the middle because that will give us plenty of space. If we're going to go with a bus like experience, that will give us plenty of space to put in splitters and stuff between the lines. So we're going to need at least that, aren't we? From what we've got here, we're going to need at least that. I don't think you're going to need concrete for much, are we? I don't think. I don't know. Are we? Are we going to need concrete on the bus? I doubt it. So that's going to be iron plates, I guess, because that's all going to be made there. Iron rods. Gonna just. I guess the thing is would it be a good idea to have a buffer of stuff? So basically, as I'm doing as it is with the storage container, problem is I can't fit a storage container on. Oh man, I wish the storage containers were about just a smidge thinner. That's all I want them to be, just a smidge thinner. I don't think we really want a backup, really. Because backup is good, we don't need it. But then it's also kind of, it's useful to have a backup when, if you're making excess, to have it backed up, just in case. Hard choice, hard choice. I mean, obviously what I could do, I suppose they will be, the storage containers will be placed probably just after it's made, not just before the bus. So I'll put the iron one there because it's sort of close to where the iron is. it would be nice if you could configure in and out of these things, but if they're not connected to anything, because that way I could just... Let's go to there. I also kind of don't want that right away. I want to... I don't think I've got enough space. I can just go over this. I don't have to go around. I can just go up. Like this is the okay. This is gonna look like trash, but that's just because it's just a kind of a temporary solution to get the iron plates. You know what? I could just fucking move them rather than doing all this. I could just move the iron plates by hand, which would just save me so much time. Fuck! Oh, lost power. Of course we've lost power. See how much easier that was than me trying to do it manually, or automatically. So why have we run out? Why have we run out of power? One of our things has run out of fuel. Of course it has. Probably the one that's really inefficient. Yep, it's run out of fuel. Okay, we're going to get some more biomass. Let's go on a biomass hunt. Let's go. Let's do it. I'd like some more wood. Wood is a great source of biomass because obviously you get more biomass for the wood that you collect. It's a really wobbly trees. Exhausting the area around my directly around the base of biomass. Really, only gonna have to go a bit further afield. Actually, quite amazing. You never quite realise just how much biomass there is around. It's like, oh yeah, it's like there's not that many bushes. Actually, there's quite a lot of bushes. It's a flappy thing. I don't know what the flappy thing is called, but it's a flappy thing. Do I have enough biomass now? I think so. Maybe I should definitely try and get a constructor because I can't be bothered with this. To have to make it by hand. Obviously, I can't do that right now because I've got no power. But yeah. Do I have the stuff for a constructor? I need 2 more reinforced iron plates. I almost have enough for a constructor. Just need some screws. That's all I need. I think, probably. Alright, I don't have enough iron plates to make more than one. Fine. Fine, that's good. Just stick it here, probably. Or something like that. Constructor. Biomass leaves. Fantastic. Nice. And then I can just go storage container out. Do you want a storage container in? Probably. I mean, this is just a temporary setup. Not meant to be anything super fancy. I'm gonna need some of that biomass because we've got no power. It's like I'm not gonna be making any biomass if I've got no power. And that means I can just go out and get. I don't have to actually make the biomass. I just have to go out and get the leaves, stick it in the biomass machine. It might be worth me going out and making a shitload, getting a shitload of leaves and sticking them in the biomass machine. Just so that I have a lot stocked up. Because gathering leaves is the easy bit. The hard bit is, well, the annoying and frustrating bit is turning it to biomass. Yeah, I'm gonna go out and gather a shit ton of leaves. Just lots and lots of leaves. I'm gonna completely rid this area of anything that is green. Although it's not green. You know what I mean. Plant life. It'd be nice to get a chainsaw. The chainsaw is a very good tool for getting biomass, because you've just suddenly got all the biomass you could ever possibly need. Just from cutting down a few trees. It's just, free stuff. Right, here we go. Lovely. Got 560. Let's try and get like 1,000 leaves or something. That'll be good. That'll keep me going for quite a long time. I feel like that'll be a solid. A number of leaves to get and keep me going for a while. There's a explodey bush. There's also a poison cloud up there. I don't quite know how you deal with poison clouds. Go away. Another one. I was say there should be another one. There's a slug up there. I haven't got the research for slugs, but fine. I don't even know how to get over there. We have to go round or something. Go up, round up the hill. I actually kind of really have cleared out a lot of the bushes in this area. This area was completely covered in bushes, and now there's none. There's a few. There's still a few lying around, like down here. Here we go. Just spamming E. Can I just hold it down? No, I need to spam it. Just gonna spam E for the next 2 minutes, just while we get all the leaves. Completely ruin this ecosystem and destroy a whole bunch of homes or a whole bunch of animals, I'm sure. But it's all for money and profit. For money and profit, that's the same thing. It's all for fun and profit. See, look at this bird dude. I bet he's really sad now that I've just destroyed his entire home. Oh shit! I've got no cables. We were gonna. I managed to disconnect the copper. Not that it's a massive problem. It's gonna be fine, but I definitely did manage to do that. Just stick all the leaves in there. Light leaves. Oh, I've got like 1,000 or so. Okay, good. Got 130 in there. That's not bad. Cables. A bunch more cables so we can get the copper back up and running. I think actually what I might do is I'm going to move that away a little bit because it's a little bit too close. The copper production stuff, especially when it comes to wanting to make iron rods. It's a bit close. I could do that now, actually, to be fair. I don't need... As long as I've got enough foundation available, which I don't right now, I'll just do that now. Move it away. Crap. At least we've got lots of biomass lined up, ready to go. I think actually it's these ones this time. Yep. 72 in there. Will do for now. 156. Okay, so actually, yeah. That'll be fine. That'll keep me going for a little while longer. 72 times by 9 seconds. 9 times 7. Who fucking knows? 20 minutes? Something like that? Who knows? That's maths I can't do in my head. I probably could if I sat down and was like, 72, 144, double that again, 288. Double that again would be 8 times. Double that again would be 576 plus 72. They're not 9. So what's 7 times 90? Might be a bit easier. I don't know. I can't. Why am I trying to do this mental maths? Fuck it. I don't want to. I can't want to do mental maths. I've got time off work. I don't want to have to do maths if I don't need to do maths. Time off work. See movement under my door. Right. Let's move this. Let's move this stuff around. Got loads of copper cables going. All good. It's all good. We can probably actually, apart from the screws, which will be coming from the bus when I eventually get that far, everything else is kind of done really for this. Nice. Good. So let's get this out of the way. Fuck it. Don't need this. Goodbye copper production. I'll come back to you later. I've got plenty of cable. I've got plenty of wires for now anyway. So I need enough space at least, because for the constructors. I think I want it to be a little bit further that way, to be honest. I'll be able to split this. The problem is I'll need to split this into 4 eventually, so I'll need to split twice and then split again, which will probably mean I'll want to slightly adjust the way this splits, so we have another smelter there, another smelter there, another constructor there. So yeah, we don't want necessarily to come any further this way, because we can easily get another smelter in there and a construction here, but we can't. Yeah, if you know what I mean. So we're going to want the other constructor. Organization. Maybe a splitter. I'm not sure if that wants to be split there, would it? It would be split like that, wouldn't it? Because why would it? Well, I probably could have the splitter there, but that would be annoying and too much hassle. Iron rods, fantastic. How much do these produce? These produce 15, so we can, in fact, we can put 4 of these onto a single conveyor belt and that'd be fine. That won't be a problem. Let's make sure I've done my math correctly. So 30 out, and they require 15 in. Oh, don't they? Yeah, 15 in, and they have 15 out. These are 15 out, 15 in, 15 out. Okay, good. Good. Just stick some of these iron ingots in there so they're not cluttering up my inventory so much. Looking good. So we're going to want a conveyor merger somewhere around here anyway. Lovely. And then we're going to need another one, probably here. It's good. And then we're just going to want a nice big storage container. Fantastic. Onto there. Lovely. That's That's all nice and good. We'll probably move the storage. Actually, we might want to move the bus that way a little bit more to give us a little more space to put the storage container in. I think. Maybe? Is that what we want to do? I don't know. I don't know. So, we've got those going. So we're going to want to bring that over to the bus, aren't we? Is this where I want the bus to be? To be fair, I'm going to have to slightly rearrange this anyway because of the... Because I'll be adding in another thing, won't I? Adding in some more constructors and stuff for the iron plates. I'm just trying to think about the best way of doing this would be... I don't want to get too close. To this area with the belt because I'm going to be putting iron there. Probably not the most efficient in terms of resources, but at least it looks neat. It's kind of what I'm going for. I want it to look neat. Then we can bring in the copper from over here somewhere. Probably over there. Something like that. I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet. I don't know. Let's get some more foundations down. Gonna start running into trees with our foundation in a minute. Which is gonna be annoying, but that's fine. It won't be too much of a problem, it's a bit annoying. We've got like a 200 biomass in there, look at that. It was a good idea to set up a biomass factory thingy, just to turn... Oh, I don't want to have to make all that manually. It's good at just doing it automatically. It's nice. Right. Here we go. So, I don't know if much else can be added to the bus, but for now this is what the bus is going to look like, I guess. So we'll bring that out. Here. You can always add more stuff to the bus if we need it, to be fair. It might be worth having like a line going one way and the line going the other way above it, like alternating directions. Maybe? I think we want to get out a little bit further away from where the hub is before we start building. Maybe out like one more. I don't know how we're going to do... I haven't really thought about that. How we're going to get lines kind of out. If that makes sense. So if I was going to have this line, the copper line, come out over there, how do I get it out? Maybe I can go up? Can I go up? Can you fit? Could I fit a conveyor lift in there? Maybe. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I needed a bit more space. I've done it before, and I don't remember how I did it. I don't know. I don't think it was a bus, actually. It was kind of... It was a slight kind of bussy thing. but the lane just turned off. It didn't split, it just turned off. So that's obviously easy peasy for splitting off stuff. What about these back ones though? If I was going to split this off, I can't. I mean, that does work. It doesn't look great, but it does work. So, it's an option. It wasn't quite what I was thinking I would do, but it does work. It certainly could be an option. Maybe it will be. Maybe, because that's quite effective. That works really well for splitting. I mean, splitting off resources, isn't it? How am I gonna get screws on the bus? I suppose if I make screws over that way, it makes more sense than, because if they're gonna join on that side, it makes more sense. Actually, that was quite a good place to split off the iron rods for screws. I mean, if it works, it works. That's... I don't think it's a problem. It obviously looks a bit dodgy, but if it works, it works. Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna go with it. I like it. I kind of like... I like things looking neat, but that... I don't think that's intended, but I like it. So obviously, yeah, we need screws to get onto the bus so we can make iron plates. Oh, look, little bird dude. Come back. Let me zap you. We need copper. We need to get the copper wires back up and running. Running. Let's get some more foundations in over here. I'm going to expand this bit out a little bit. We'll continue this over and kind of bring it in over here. Good. Good. Very nice. Very nice. Consistent distances are very nice. Right, here we go. There. Right. So I want to get at least one constructor up and running now, soonish, so I can get the screws going. Because getting some screws up and running is a good idea. It would be good to get that done sooner rather than later, really. Good thing about doing a busway is you don't need to worry about exact ratios necessarily. If you've got enough stuff coming off the bus, then it will just feed as it needs it, rather than having to worry about 100% efficient, perfect ratio kind of deals. What are the recipes for screws though? Screws, like 6 seconds, 10 per minute, 40 parts per minute. So if I'm getting 30 per minute, it means I can have 3 screw factories. Seems sensible. Although I'm not sure if I want to do that right now, because that would be all of my iron rods if I did that. Power will just bring that over as we need it. There's no like you would no point having like a power bus or something like that. Right, here we go. Let's bring out a splitter. The fact that the splitter is also split very nicely 3 ways is very useful, but very useful for screws, but not so useful for lining stuff up. Here we go. Right. Our first little screw factory up and running. Right, we're going to want a conveyor merger somewhere around here. And we're going to want a storage box. Just so that I can grab the screws before they go on the bus. There we go. Looks good. Look at that, screws on the bus. Well, we've already got a bit of tree in the foundation, but that's fine. We've got so much space to work with here for bus fun. Especially on this side. Because we're going to be able to get all of that all the way over there. Look. Here we go. We're getting lots of foundation down now, really slamming it down. And we are out of power. Fortunately, we've got a shitload of that around. Is there anything in my inventory I can just dump? Yep, there's quite a few things in my inventory to dump. Is there any biofuel in any of these things? Oh, I'm missing literally 2 biofuel, and that would be perfect. Eh, fuck it. Two in the machine. But I suppose if there was any in the machine, it would have spit it out. How soon am I going to need another one of those? Not super soon. At some point, we're going to need one. Like we're going to need one. We are going to need one soon, but not immediately. They produce 40 parts per minute. That's pretty good, actually. Maybe it might be worth getting another screw constructor going. I don't know. I don't know. Gets extended out just one more because we're going to need at least one bit of bus section to be able to get the reinforced plates up and running. It just seems that I like that. It just seems that it seems so wrong. But I kind of like it. Right, so we're going to want... Can I even make reinforced plates in constructors? I don't think you can you? You need the bigger things, which I can't make yet. But I will be able to make soon because I now have screws being made. Part assembly. I need an assembler to make reinforced plates. But now we can just get all the screws that we need. Let's take them off the bus. Fuck it. I've never really done a bus in this, and I'm excited to try it. I'm excited to give it a go. That's a bit weird, but whatever. Oh, so gotta wait a little bit for some screws to come in. Could probably make another screw factory though. See what I really could do with. I could do with a craft bench. I'm not going to use this space for anything else. Definitely do with some more iron plates though. This is why it's beneficial to back stuff up, because it kind of gives you time to think about things before, and it also means that you're not wasting the time so much. Is that I do need to get the copper back up and running. Actually, to be fair, that's the thing that needs to be done. As I was saying, I don't want to waste my time, like the time spent. I do need to get that going. I'll do. Fantastic. Nice. So we'll get a few more screws coming in now. That'll be good. Right, how much concrete do I have available to me? I only have 11 concrete. Let's get some more. Is that actually concrete? That's what it's called, isn't it? I can't remember. I think so. Yeah, concrete. Take it all. Let's go! Let's expand out the foundations a little bit more this way, to the east. Fantastic. We're completely covering this place in concrete now. Still going to need to go a little bit further this way for the copper, because we're going to need a little bit more space. Actually, about here is where the iron rods are going to stop. But then also it will need an extra bit of space to expand, because it's a pure iron vein, which is going to obviously be spewing out 120 per minute once this is on full speed. Or 240. I mean, God, that's going to get ridiculous once you've got a Mark II miner on it. Holy crap. Maybe it should be somewhere here. The copper. Maybe like in that area there. So I've got, just to really give myself a lot of space for the because I don't need to try and keep things too close together. If I try and expand stuff out a little bit, give myself more space than I kind of need, because I still have I'm gonna have a lot of this space really, and maybe even a little bit further up this way for the iron if I need it, which I will do eventually. I'm out of leaves. I'm also going to run out of biofuel before long. I'm going to want to get some more of that, because, well, biomass, because I don't want to have to make it by hand. What do I need for a fucking chainsaw? And biofuel. That's a good point. Biofuel is something I'm going to want as soon as I can get it, because biofuel is much better, more efficient. But we'll have to finish the field research, and then we'll move on to whatever's next. We'll try and get, I think better power production maybe takes precedence over assembling. I don't know. This is wood. Let's grab all this wood. Although wood I'll have to do manually, but that's fine. It's like a bit of a barren wasteland out here. what's called the Rocky Desert, so it is going to be a bit of barren wasteland. Oh no. I was looking at the around on Reddit and stuff. I was like, I'm quite surprised that Cyberpunk has been delayed again. Although I don't think it's going to. I'd be very surprised if it was delayed yet again, considering it's only like a month until it's meant to be released. The previous delays were like a year or something before it was released. Well, like months and months. Where it's to be fair, actually, like it is only about a month until it's meant to be released. Was originally meant to be released, so it could still be delayed on the 10th of November, something like that. Maybe, I don't think so. As we get closer and closer to it, that it's less likely to be delayed. But then Shadowlands was also delayed. So we'll see. We'll see when it comes out. It will eventually come out, I'm sure. But we'll have to wait and see. Cyberpunk, good. Not so many leaves this time, but we certainly do have some wood. Thing is, wood is quite quick. You get a lot of biomass from wood. You get 20 biomass from 4 wood. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Right. Let's just stick all the biomass into there because I just don't need it on me at all times. Go. So what do we need for a chainsaw? Obstacle clearing. It's quite doable. It's 100 cables, but it is. I think that one's be a good one to go for first, over because it's quite cheap, relatively. I think might be worth going for obstacle clearing. Once I've obviously gotten this one, of course. Let's go. Let's go. Let's plug this in and launch. Fantastic. Field research. Unlocked the MAM.
Milestone reached. The molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, will allow R&D to provide new technologies, items, and buildings based on samples collected in the field. To ensure a greater chance of success during exploration, an upgraded tool belt has been provided, as well as an object scanner and beacons.
Oh, fantastic.
Note: the object scanner requires calibration via the MAM to enable detection of specific objects.
Okay. Smart plating. Project part number 1. Send up in the space elevator to complete phases of project assembly. Okay. Fair enough. Let's go with obstacle clearing. 500 screws. Oh god, and 100 fucking concrete. I want my concrete for myself, thank you very much. But biofuel is better. Copper sheet. That's something we're going to need copper plates for, isn't it? Copper sheet. I'm pretty certain. Which means that maybe I want... Not copper ingots. How does it work? I've got no idea. That's the problem. I want to plan out a bus, but I don't know what's supposed to go on the bus. I don't know what's best. Yeah. Right. Well, we'll sacrifice the concrete now because we can't. Oh, never mind. It's gonna return in a minute. It's very dark, isn't it? Let's go. Let's go and build out some more concrete. Concrete. Approaching others' clearance. Oh, there was a little bird dude down there. Let's get rid of this. for now. There we go. Oh, there's a bird dude. There's a couple of bird dudes down there. You're gonna have to move, because you're in my way. You're in the way of progress, bird dudes. Cool. Looking good. It's looking good. We're looking nice and flat around here now. Bus is looking fantastic. Just, we are getting there. We're slowly making progress. We'll be fine. We'll get there. It'll just take a little while. Now, I don't know about... I might have to Google it quickly. Have a quick Google of the copper sheets. Satisfactory. Copper sheet. Because if they require copper ingots... Most basic product from copper. Right, so... The question is... Do I put copper ingots on the bus, or do I put copper sheets and copper wire? I think it's going to have to... I think it's going to be both. I think it's going to be... so, have a copper production thingy... Have a production thingy for copper sheets, and have a production thingy for copper wire. I think it's going to be the way it... It's going to be the way it needs to be done. That? That's not quite spaced. That's a little bit too far over to the left. It seemed a bit close. It just seemed a little bit close. And I was right. It was a little bit close. Storage container. Alright. Into there. Fantastic. Good. See, it does fit. I just put it down wrong. There we go. Lovely. Fantastic. Looking good. Right. We need to... Okay, we really need to get this copper up and running, don't we? I'm going to get a bit more Oh, wait. Waiting for the foundation. That's the problem. I'm waiting for the foundation to come in. Oh, the concrete. So that I can put down foundation. Oh, I see a couple of power slugs. Yeah. Fantastic. I think I think we've probably given it plenty of space for now. This factory. I think we can probably get away with putting down a copper factory somewhere out here. I mean, obviously we can move it later on. The thing is, I don't want to move it later on too much. A little bit is fine, but I want to wait for the concrete to foundations, because we're almost there. We're almost where I want to be with it. Be fine. So we're going to need to find another source of copper. You can crouch in this game? And you can slide. Since when was that a thing? And you can slide underneath belts. That's not something I ever knew existed. What? You can just slide around. Whee! I feel like that's new. I really feel like that's new. I might just be completely stupid and have missed it, but I didn't know it was a thing. Whee! You can kind of fly around a little bit. I think you move slightly faster when you're crouched. Yeah, you can move quite a bit faster. Like you can, if you crouch and then if you kind of do a crouch jump, you can really kind of bunny hop around. What is this? Why can that's? I mean, that's cool, but a bit funky, isn't it? You can kind of bunny hop. Yeah, really, you can really move, can't you? If you do this method, where you kind of just crouch just before you jump. And I've been walking around like a pleb for ages. Look at this, the pro movement strats in this game. Oh, look at this, it's fantastic. Anyway, after pissing around with that for 10 minutes, I think you can jump higher as well. Yeah, you can jump up. You can jump up a foundation, no problem. It's a bit kind of, the camera is a little bit glitchy. Go away, bird dude. I feel kind of bad. See, look, there's no way you'd be able to. You cannot make that jump normally, but if you do like a crouch jump, you can easily make it. You clear that jump, no problems. God, that's like. I feel like I've discovered. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that know all about this, and it's all part of the. I bet it's all part of the Satisfactory speed running strategy, isn't it? The crouch jumping. Right. Kind of thinking about where I want. How do I want to bring the copper up onto the platform? How do I want it to look, and where do I want it to be? Right. I'm kind of doing a lot of just running around doing fuck all at the moment. Thing is, I do need cables for my for obstacle clearing, and I don't have them being produced. You know what? I'm just gonna make a decision about where it's gonna go. I can always move it later on if I really feel like it needs to be moved. Gonna make a smelter, stick it in here. Then we're gonna get, I think, a couple of constructors. Is it? Well, it depends on what the ratio is. I've got a clue. Wire 15 per minute. And then that's 30 per minute. So actually, it's more. It's the same. It's the same as iron rods. Come on. I've got no foundation. Oh. Really annoying. Need to go get more. Whee! Crouch jumping our way to victory. It's time. Past 12. Not bad. Yep. That makes it so. It makes navigating and traversing about 2 times easier. maybe more than that. 4 times easier, because just kind of just jump. Like, fuck it, bye. Like, don't even have to think about it. Just jump up that ledge. Go. Then we just need a constructor. To be honest, I could probably... I don't think I need that many copper cables, straight up. I could probably, rather than messing around getting another copper mine set up straight away, if I were to make, just straight up make copper sheets. I think is I didn't give myself the bus space for that though. I can move that over a little bit. That'd be fine. I can move that over a smidge. Or I could bring it to the other side of the bus. But it made more sense to put the copper products on the same side, sort of next to each other on the bus. I don't think I even need to move everything over that much. I only really need to move over the whatchamacallit, the screws. If I were to change the merger to do, instead of doing that, logistics merger, go that way instead. Stick that in there, stick that in there. Organization, storage box. That way I can then put that over here. And then that'll just join onto the bus like that instead. So it makes the bus a little bit longer, but that's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Good. We've got 4 stacks of biomass, which is nice. Right. Yes, I've been needing to do this bit for a little while with the copper, but that's all good. Let's bring it all over. What do I need? Iron plates. Okay. Let's get some more iron plates. Let's go. Do. Right. Like, obviously this could be a little bit neater, like that, especially that kind of diagonal bit. It's not super neat. Well, it's not that it's not neat. It's that it's not super compact, because obviously I'm going around where I want to put the the iron stuff a little bit. Trying to give myself a little bit more space. Production, logistics, conveyor merger. I'll just put 2 on one Two in one spot. I did put that on top of a bird, didn't I? I did. He's just chilling. Out of the way, bird. Feels a bit mean. Just, you know, poke him in the arse with or tasing him in the arse, actually. But whatever. I'm sure it's fine. I don't quite know what I'm going to be doing with this area yet, so for now I'm just going to have it as it is. It's just going to come straight through. And we're out of power? One of them is out of fuel. Okay. Fine. That's fine. Oh, I didn't put a buffer on that. I need to do that. Put the 145 into the one that's out of fuel. This one, because this one is slower. Oh, it's faster. It's less efficient. Once the other two run out, then I'll do. How many conveyor poles do you need, man? I like to space them out. I like to kind of have it even and straight. I like lots of them. I mean, it's basically free anyway. Just delete them. I like them there. Because if I'm going to split it off, or if I'm going to do something with that, if I'm going to edit it or change it, then it's kind of useful to have them there. And I like the corners to be sharp. It's kind of the way I like it. So, but it's fine. It'll be fine. I like them that way. I like them that way. There's no power. Fine. Let's give that thing. I thought I did give that power. Why is there no power? Oh, I haven't turned the thing back on. That's why there's no power. I was going to put a buffer on here, wasn't I? Right, let's get a storage container. Just so that I don't have to worry about it too much. That means I can get the wires if I need them. There we go. Fantastic. Lovely. So, we need more. We need more screws. We've got, how many screws do we have now? We've got loads of screws. We've got all the screws we could possibly need. We mainly need the cables. Actually, is the thing we don't have enough of for the project, for whatever it is. What's it called? Obstacle clearing. Not quite there with the with the concrete, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So, is this copper stuff coming through or not? It should be power. Nope, because no power. Oh, I didn't connect that up. That's why I'm missing cables. That might be helpful if I had cables. I need to go to a thing. My crafting bench, which is over here. Let's build another one because that might make life a little bit easier. There we go. Fantastic. Right. Good. Right, cables. Not cables, wires. They're going. We're good. The wires are on the way. It's all good. It's all good. Right. What he's doing next. Just need to wait a little bit. That's just a lot of stuff that just needs to kind of. It's going to take a little bit of time, really. Obviously, we can get things done while we're waiting, but obstacle clearing is just going to take a little bit of time to get there. In fact, I do need to make the cables for the obstacle clearing either way. because I don't have a factory for those. I could get a factory for those now. Actually, now that I've got copper cables working and running, I could get a factory going for those. How many? I don't really want that. That actually. Good. That looks good. Right, we've got copper cables all coming through. Copper cables, copper wires. Oh, that is that. Oh, too much power? Yes, I've gone over on power. Fantastic. That means we're gonna need another biomass burner. I like all my poles. They're fine. They're good. They keep things straight and orderly. Right. Just stick that there. Fantastic. We're gonna need a bit more biomass on. To get some more. That's why we're getting obstacle clearing, I suppose, is because we're going to need more biomass. Stick 100 in there. Let's just get out all the biomass and see if we can distribute it evenly between 4. Yes, we can. We do have enough biomass to give 200 to each, which is lovely. There we go. It'd be nice if these things could store more biomass to account for the fact that they, these ones account for the fact that they burn it faster. So if they're completely full, they'll all run out at the same time. Good, but we now have more power. We have all the power. We're good. We are good. That's good. Crouch jump. So these are producing 330, so we're on maximum wire output, which is good. That's good. Why did it stop? Oh yeah, because we ran out of power. That's why it stopped. I like it. It's a bit flat. Obviously we can have some verticality in here, but we'll have to. It will get a bit more vertical once we've got the poles, whatever they are, the belt poles. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember what they're called. Right, do we have enough concrete? Yes, we do. Let's go stick the concrete in for the obstacle clearing, because we certainly could do with getting some wood. And now that we've got wires being produced, we can get cables being produced. Do cables want to be on the bus? That is the ultimate question. I don't think they do. Really? I don't know if they do. I can always add them to the bus if they need to be added to the bus. Perhaps I can produce cables over here. Maybe I can take off... if I... What do I need? I just literally just need wires for cables, don't I? I need to keep fighting. I've deleted that crafting bench. I've literally got a crafting bench over here. I need to remember that's there. Literally, yeah, it's just wires. Put it over here. Yeah, that might be a good place. I like the poles. Splitter. Straight out in the middle. Lovely. Oh, not quite. Hang on. I'll do that. Fantastic. Right. So we need a constructor. We're going to need some cables for a constructor to build the constructor. It's going to make cables. Good. Got some cables. Let's bring this out a little bit more. I don't know what the ratio is, but for now I think we just have one. 60 per minute. Okay, so that a whole thing of copper cables is needed to make wires is needed for cables. Great. Fantastic, I guess. Fair splitter. Oh, well, I'm not really using the wires for much else right now anyway, so that's fine. I'm just going to stick them straight into a storage container. Power, that's the thing we're going to need. Why go there? What are there? There we go. Fantastic. Cool. Cables. Looking good. I mean, if you did delete them, you'd get your resources back, wouldn't you? But I don't think you need them, do you? You could just have float. I don't like the idea of floating conveyor belts. I think it would look bad. Anyway, I mean, okay. I can't really make the argument that it'll look bad when I've got a cross section here. I've got a conveyor belt that literally cuts through 2 other conveyor belts. This might get broken or fixed at some point. I think that's probably be considered a bug, not a feature in this case, because it's just going straight through the middle of a belt. So we've got cables being produced now, which means we don't need to make them by hand. So we just need to wait for the 100, and we'll be good. What can we start working on? Problem is, until I get better... Actually, I can start working on improving the rod production a little bit more. As improving it. Kind of building it out a bit more. To be maxed out. I need to decide if I want to have the copper coming... all going into wires, which could work. Or if I want it going into wires and sheets. I think I want it into wires and sheets because I'm going to need sheets. They are a thing I'm going to need. And the nearest copper is a little way away. I think it'd be easier that way. We can always change it up later on if we find that we need it. Alright, let's go to the constructor. Fantastic. Fantastic. Alright, rod's going. Don't know what I did there. Lovely. There you go. Lovely jubbly. Then we just need to get a merger in here. Are they in line? Yes. Needs to be in line. Needs to make sure it's all neat. Well, as neat and tight as you can get it. It's not easy to get it super consistent in terms of how things are laid out. You can get it roughly laid out, right? Nice. It looks good. It's looking good. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. How are we doing a cable count? Because the benefit of doing a bus is that you can always add to a bus. The problem with doing, for example, like just from a node to a resource is that you're limited. If that makes sense. It's hard to describe. But I know what I mean. I know what I mean. Even if you don't. I just need 2 more cables. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's get a chainsaw because that would be really useful. Chainsaw.
Milestone reached.
Nice.
Biofuel will ensure maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production,
I don't even
we are
have
now capable
a
of
tool
removing
bench,
foliage
whatever it
that
is,
consists primarily of wood. Additionally, R&D inflated your
Equipment
pocket
workshop.
dimension.
Yeah. Because I skipped the onboarding. I don't even have one of these yet. Chainsaw. Right, we need 5 reinforced iron plates. That's pretty easy enough. Just need a few more iron plates. I can do most of this stuff straight away. It's just the cables I need actually. Everything else will just go in, no problem. I can just grab everything else. Nice, easy peasy. Whee. Let's just fly across the map. Fantastic. Yes. Yes. Oh, I need to wait for the thing to come back. Fine. I need 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. That's good. Need some cables as well because they're always useful. Jump across. Chainsaw. Wonderful. So, what do you need for biofuel? I guess that would also be in a constructor. Just solid biofuel requires 8 biomass. I could do that. Just need 2 reinforced iron plates. Get another constructor in here as well. Fantastic. Lovely jubbly. Ooh. What's powering that over there? Right, let's make solid biofuel, and then we can stick it straight. Then we can stick it into a storage container. Lovely. Is there any biomass in there? Not a lot. Well, it wouldn't make sense. I did actually make a chainsaw, didn't I? I did. I need a little bit of biomass if I'm gonna... Alright, biofuel? There we go. Good. I'm gonna need a constructor for wood, I think, aren't I? So, because the... God, that's loud. That's so loud. Fantastic. Look at all this wood and leaves and biomass. I think I should maybe I might get another constructor just for the wood because wood is... I can just stick it all in there and it's just I get biofuel out of it. Problem solved. Go. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Good. I kind of wish it was it was like an alternative recipe, so you could do, because I assume it's just at the end of the day the process of making biofuel biomass would be the same regardless of whether it's leaves or wood, wouldn't it? Like you're just kind of mulching it. That tree is taking too long. So I don't quite see why. It makes sense if it was kind of like, oh, you can have either this or that in your recipe. I mean, obviously I know that's not how the game is designed or programmed. It'd be very useful if that was the case. I've got 100 wood. That'll keep me going for fuel for ages. That's good. Cut down all these trees. Fantastic. Completely ruin the local environment. Big old tree there. You could just see my my factory jutting out over the lake. Nice. Lots of leaves as well. We've got a shit ton of leaves to put in the biomass creator, maker, machine. Let's head over and stick them in there. Actually, if I'm gonna need a merger. If I'm gonna have a wood biomass thingy as well. It's becoming a bit of an operation, isn't it, making biomass? Merger. I'll put it the wrong way around. That's very close. Don't think it wants to be quite that close. Then we need the constructor again. Go there. Then whatever happened to the storage container? I must have deleted it without really thinking about it. Didn't really mean to, but whatever. Okay, good. Tell you what, I'll just stick a I need 2 more reinforced iron plates. That's fine. Boing. That is such a convenient way of getting around the crouch jumping. So incredibly convenient. I'm so glad I discovered that exists. So good. So good. Biomass wood. Power that up, and then we just need to get a storage container. Like, it's not the neatest thing in the world, but it's not meant to be. This isn't meant to be like a really kind of effective solution. This is meant to just be kind of quick and dirty because I need it at the moment. Until I get coal power, this is what I'm going to have to... Oh no, I really overdone on power? Yep, I'm over on power. Fantastic. Well, it's good. Good job. I've got a better power solution now. Delete that. Stick that on there. Nice. Stick that in there. Fantastic. Right, let's go and get some of that biofuel we've just made and stick it in the machine. In fact, because that could take the biomass out of these things and stick it in there, but I don't know if that'd be effective. Let's get rid of some of this ore that we don't need. This ore is pretty useless to have on you at all. I mean, you can make it into ingots, but then I've got ingots in my inventory. And it's like, well, I don't want ingots in my inventory. I don't really. Be honest. Right, I can probably put the stuff in there actually into the machine. Nice. I just need 2 more iron rods, which is basically nothing. I can just grab literally 2 off the belt. Fantastic. And I just need some cable. Yeah, that's a lot of cable. That'll be done. That'll be me done for that bit. Nice. That'll be done. Ooh, done. Launch them off and get fucking assemblers and copper
Milestone
sheets.
reached. More complex assembly of parts can now be automated. Project assembly.
Although this is where it
parts
turns
can now
out
be
copper sheets
constructed
require
and sent up via
copper.
the space elevator.
What's that?
Note,
The assembler.
project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
Whee. Right. Assembler. I can make... Yes, it was the right choice. I did think copper sheets would be just made... I don't know what the ratios are though. I assume it's a 1-to-1 like the iron. $20 per minute? Are you kidding me? That's annoying. Well, for now it's going to have to just be as it is, just 1, and that's fine. Oh, I don't have any iron rods. Of course I don't. I just used them all. Whee! That's where I want it to be in case I want... Because I am going to want another one at some point on the other side, I think. Probably. Because it's only... Because it's 20 per minute. Maybe I can kind of speed it up to be 30 per minute, and then that'll be fine. I need some more iron plates. Okay, fine. Let's go. Let's go. I'm just assuming I need copper sheet on the bus. I actually haven't got a clue what it's used for. I know it's useful for pipes and that sort of thing, but it might just that could be it as far as I'm aware. Just gonna stick it in. I don't care that much. I do care, but not enough for me to worry about doing anything fancy, super fancy with it. Go. Lovely. That corner is slightly sharper than this one, I think. I don't know. No idea. Right, we've got copper sheets. I've no idea what they're used for, but we've got them on the bus either way. They're going. They're on. They're on their way. That was quite quick actually doing that. So what's next on the agenda? Next on the agenda is 100% going to be some reinforced iron plates. That is definitely something that needs to be made. What's the time? It's only 1 o'clock. I've been doing it for 3 hours. I might have a break in a minute, in 10 minutes or so, because that'll bring me about 1 o'clock. Have a break and I'll come back and do something else afterwards. I've been playing Satisfactory for 3 hours. I kind of want to do something else. I don't know what to do though. I have to think about that while I have lunch or have a break. Conveyor Mark 2, jump pads. Conveyor Mark 2 sounds like a good idea. Still need a space elevator. That's not something we need. We need to build rotors, which require... I don't know, what do they require? No idea. Copper wire, I assume. And other stuff. Let's have a look. Rotor requires iron rods and screws. That is easy peasy. I might make my first assembler make rotors. Because I need those. Well, I need both. That's the thing, I need both. So I'm going to need 8 reinforced iron plates for one assembler. I think the rotors are probably easier and quicker to make than the reinforced iron plates. Yeah. I also need fewer rotors. Yeah, so we'll start off with the reinforced iron plates. I think we need to get a bit more concrete. Got a lot of concrete now. This thing can't work fast enough. This thing is on full speed, pretty much. Oh, but not really. It needs 120 per minute, and this thing is receiving 60 per minute because of the slower belts. That's interesting. Okie dokie. Let's really foundation this place up. Let's get it going. I've got loads of concrete to keep me going for ages. Oh, the thing is back. Fantastic. It's back. Nice. Looking good. Looking nice and flat and industrial. A little bit further on, I don't know. I could use some of this space as it is. So for reinforced iron plates, I just need iron plates and screws. It's going to want to come at least one more this way. Oh, the screws are anyway. Need some iron plates. Jump, jump across, jump to freedom, to victory. Let's go. So I can get rid of that. Let's put a splitter. I am out of power. Right in the middle. That's in the middle. Fantastic. A splitter there. And let's go find out what's wrong with the power. I assume it's just one of them has run out of fuel. No, we've maxed out again. Just turn it on. Nope. What can I disconnect? Is there anything I really don't need running right now that I can just disconnect? I don't think so. I kind of want it all running, really. I didn't really want to build another biomass burner so soon. I guess I'm going to have to. These are so poorly laid out. I've literally just been throwing them down where I can. Oh! That one didn't have any fuel in it anyway. Fantastic. That's good. Yeah, that's fun. Oh well. Whatever. I've got more power than I need now, which is always nice. It's very spooky right now, isn't it? The lighting level is very spooky. This thing is huge. It's huge. Give it some space. Give it lots of space. Logistics, conveyor splitter. There we go. Fantastic. Reinforced iron plates. I think I'm going to want to put that a little bit further forward actually, because if I'm going to want to split it for some reason, which I might do at some point. I don't think I'm going to want to do that. Not for a very long time. Lovely. Nice. Need 30 iron plates per minute. That's fine. That should be coming in. Need 60 screws per minute. That should also be fine. I should be going at full speed, in theory. That actually should be going at full speed. That should be 100% efficiency. Nice. It is. It's at full speed. Yeah, I didn't need another. We didn't need another one. Maybe later on, once I've got faster belts and more resources, then it'll be time to get another one. But for now, nah. Anything that needs this will obviously be these. They're very slow to produce, but they are being made. So it's 5 per minute, which is really slow. You'll need like 10 of them. Or actually, you'll need 15 of them to match the rate of one iron plates factory, but they're not meant to be fast. Yeah, that's all good. So we've easily got enough iron plates coming through. That's not a problem. Iron plates will be fine. Battle bunny hop to victory. Oh no, the power's gone again. Oh, it's because some of my things have run out of power. Right, let's power this up, and then I'm going to go because I am hungry, thirsty, and I don't know. What am I going to do after lunch? I'll think about that. Be back probably in about half an hour, probably. Something else. I'll probably come back to Satisfactory tomorrow morning. So I'm enjoying Satisfactory. It's good fun. Well, I don't know. I might have a better idea of plumbing this place tomorrow morning. Who knows? But it's fun. It's good fun. Still don't have enough iron plates. So, yeah, it's been fun playing Satisfactory. Obviously, I've gone with a slightly different approach this time to the time of my previous attempts at playing it. Obviously, not that you would know that, not having ever really recorded it before, but whatever. Yeah, it's been good. It's been fun. I'm back this afternoon in about half an hour actually. So it's something else, maybe more Satisfactory, depending how I feel. If I feel like I want to play more, then I'll play more Satisfactory. Otherwise, I might play Minecraft, or I don't know, something more interesting. What can I play? I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, and I'll be back in probably about half an hour with something else. Right, see you then. Bye.